2000s. Yeah, but I've always been an entrepreneur, always out hustling and earning money every way I can figure out how to earn and provide value.
Which was the first company, very first company that you built, and which was the first major success?
Late 90s, I built the first B2B, B2C e-commerce platform for the beauty industry. So late teenager, created a online, first of its kind online marketplace for professionals. So these are salon owners, hairdressers, estheticians, to be able to buy beauty products. But also within that same platform, the retail consumer was able to buy our beauty products. So, we became a very quick sensation, moving beauty products all over the world. And I launched over 1,200 brands building that company. I was the first Amazon Luxe beauty retailer. I was Jet.com's first retailer. I was the first website to launch, even though it was a failure, the Google Wallet in the early 2000s when that came out. That was an amazing company, but I used that company and I got to build brands and distribute brands with some famous icons, whether they're entertainers, athletes, celebrities, musicians, actors and actresses. But that was my engine to help continue to go out and build other companies, start other companies, so that beauty company and the reach that I had and the relationships that I built and the very substantial revenues that were coming in was the fuel for me to keep building what I was building, or what I am still building.
So the beauty company was a great idea even at that time, like end of 90s. How did you find that idea? Because I want to know your entrepreneur mindset, because 110 companies holdings and from last, let's say like 25 years or 30 years, around that much time. How did you find what you're going to do? Because at times there are different kinds of entrepreneurs. Some may want to do one thing all their lives and want to compound it to make it bigger. You come from a different set of entrepreneur who would want to be invested in many other things. So what keeps you going? How did you get inspired? How did you go into these things?
Well, I was driving around to salons in the New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania market, trying to sell nail polish and shampoos and hair dyes and blow dryers. And between traffic and making appointments with these people at these locations and then not being available, or they're working on a client, I was just very frustrated. Even though I had great brands to sell and offer them, getting their time and attention was never easy. And then trying to hit as many locations as possible throughout the day was never easy. So I said, I got to build a mousetrap to bring people to me. So thankfully, I love tech. I was always around computers. I taught myself how to code. Well, initially, I went to companies in the late 90s to hire them to build what I wanted to build. And it wasn't like today where you have Shopify or Wix or WordPress. It was millions of dollars of what I wanted to build. And that wasn't an option. So taught myself how to code, got very clever. Aesthetically, I tend to always have a good eye of what looks good and what looks appealing, whether virtually or in person. I just know how to connect with people, color schemes, and something that looks soft and easy and trustworthy. That was one of the most important things. Was I had to have a website that looked very trustworthy, though. So I had to have partners on there like UPS and certain credit card companies that that was okay to use their branding at that time. So a lot of it was ensuring that, hey, this is at the time as safe as possible, and you will get your product shipped to you as quickly as possible wherever in the world that you are. So once I created that mousetrap, it just took off like wildfire, because anybody anywhere looking for the products that we had, and I quickly began to obtain a lot of products as people wanted to be on our site and our network. We were the only ones that would come up because nobody else was in that market that was looking for these things. And also at that time, there was a hell of a lot of other different search engines around the world that don't exist anymore. So we just had a big magnifying glass on what I was building. But also that put a big target on my back, because I created a brand new distribution channel for these brands. So I was upsetting a lot of distributors, I was upsetting a lot of retailers. I was getting sued by manufacturers, even though they wanted to work with me. They had to protect their traditional distribution model. But nobody could move product like I was moving at that time. We were selling so much of everything, which was exciting. The downside to that was I wasn't ready for that type of success as late teenager, early 20s. If I was doing that now with the mindset that I have now, we would have been bigger than Sephora. But you evolve, you grow, you learn, and I'm grateful for all those experiences. And